life after rugby, I'll try and go into kicking in the NFL.
Oh, you're going to be a kicker?
Why not, yeah.
Which footballer do you think would survive an 80-minute rugby match?
I reckon Adama Traore would go alright. Baby all his arms and legs, and it'd be very slippery.
Erling Haaland, do you reckon he could do a job on a pitch?
He might be able to mix it. Maybe we get him down to training and get one of our bigger lads to try and tackle him.
Who is the greatest rugby player of all time?
Hi guys, Marcus Smith here at the England rugby camp. I've done plenty of interviews before, but none like this. This is Connected, where I let one of you, the fans, ask me anything. Today's lucky England fan is Harry.
I feel really lucky to be here today. It's very cool, first time at Penny Hill down the England training camp. So yeah, just very excited to meet one of my favourite players to watch play rugby. As a fan, I'm looking forward to asking the questions that journalists don't often get to ask, the slightly less professional questions, see what he says, find out a bit about his teammates. Hopefully we get a little bit of something out of him. I'm quite excited to see what he answers with.
It will be Harry's questions and anything he wants to know. Let's go.
Very nice to meet you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Harry Marcus.
Very nice to meet
you.
you. Very nice to meet you.
You okay?
Yeah, yourself?
All good, thank you, mate.
Well, to start, I was going to ask, what's the funniest place you've been recognised, and is there a bit of a story behind it at all?
I went to Moulin Rouge, I don't know which theatre in London, and I think my girlfriend put a story out, and the show finished, and I went outside, and there was a guy who had, I reckon, 100 photos that he wanted me to sign outside. That was pretty rogue, because I thought I was going to have a nice...
Your date night.
Nice romantic evening out, and I had to sign 100 photos of myself, which wasn't that enjoyable.
You've played a fair few tests at fullback. When that ball gets pinged miles up in the air, like into the Twickenham sky, are you ever thinking, oh my, it's coming to me here? And like, you've obviously got their player charging at you. Like, what's going through your head when that ball is dropping down on you?
Yeah, I think it's a great question. I think playing in that position has massively increased my respect and admiration for 15s. It's a tremendously daunting thing when the ball's in the air, when you see they've got a 6'5" winger and then they got the back row chasing as well. You're hoping the scrum half's shinned it down and it's a bit long, so you can stay on the floor. But if it's a contest, I guess you brace yourself as much as you can, but ultimately you know you're about to get whacked. I guess it's part and parcel of a 15's job, and yeah, I guess that's their job, so they have to do it.
Have you ever thought about having a celebration? I know, like Pollock's come in, he's got his his post thing. Like footballers, a lot of footballers have a celebration. You ever thought about a Marcus Smith celebration?
Nah, to be honest, whenever I've scored, I think my passion and my energy comes out. I don't really know what I'm doing. More often than not, I just give a massive fist bump and start shouting at the crowd. It's a good idea though. I might try and think one up.
Yeah, okay. I look forward to seeing what you come up with, to be fair.
Yeah, I got to score first.
Yeah. As a fly half, as a kicker, obviously rugby is a big thing, respect the kicker, the silence. Do you prefer it when the crowd goes like dead hush, or do you actually like it when it's a bit more of a like football atmosphere and they're just hurling abuse at you when you're taking your penalty? Playing
for Harlequins and playing in England, we're very lucky that the crowd really respects the kicker. When you play European games away in France, I think I've had whistling, I've had chanting, so there's very minimal respect there. For me, to be honest, it don't really bother me when I get into my little bubble when I'm goal kicking. Yeah, I try and I guess blank out everything and do my job that's best for the team. If I had to choose one, probably the noise. I prefer chanting. I prefer a bit of abuse.
On a sort of football theme, who do you think is the sort of Messi and Ronaldo in rugby equivalents?
If I had to say one, it would be Antoine Dupont. I think he's got skills. He's mentally very strong. You don't really get fazed by anything. He's won a lot of trophies with Toulouse. With France, he's won a few Grand Slams. I've always enjoyed watching him and try to learn as much as I can off him.
Say Dupont be your Messi, who would be your Ronaldo equivalent in rugby?
Cheslin Colby can beat you in a phone box. If he runs into you, he'll probably bosh you. And he's pretty brave as well, under the high ball and in defence.
You recently met David Beckham again, I think I'm right. Any entertaining conversations with Becks that you could tell us about?
Nah, for me it was a pinch myself moment. He's one of my idols. To spend some time with him and chat and pick his brains was very valuable for myself.
Is it sort of like, for you still, is that nerve-wracking meeting one of your idols? Are you thinking like, what am I going to chat to him about here? Or
Nah, to be honest, not really. And I think that's a credit to him. He was very warm, he gave me some of his time, which he didn't need to. And he was very open with what he spoke to me about, which was, like I said, very insightful. And he's a good guy.
which footballer do you actually think could make it in rugby? Like, which footballer do you think would survive an 80-minute rugby match?
I reckon Adama Traore would go all right. His legs are massive. He's pretty jacked up top. He's rapid. Stick him on the wing, I think. And if he got going, I think it would be very difficult to tackle. Who else?
Do you think they'd still baby oil his arms?
Yeah, he'd baby oil his arms and legs, and it'd be very slippery. Yeah, probably Adama Traore. I think the physicality element of rugby obviously is very different to football, and yeah, it'd be interesting, to be honest.
Obviously, the one I was sort of thinking about, wrote this question, was Erling Haaland. He has that sort of demonic look in his eyes. Do you reckon he could do a job on a pitch, or?
I don't know. Maybe we'll get him down to training and get one of our bigger lads to try and tackle him. He's got aggression, he's got determination, a bit of fight. He might be able to mix it. Well, let's get him, like I said, let's get him on the training field.
We've obviously seen like Reece Zammit, we saw Christian Wade previously go and try and make it in the NFL. Fancy yourself as a bit of an American football player, or?
Yeah, not for now, mate. I'm probably not quick enough or powerful enough for the NFL. Those guys are freak athletes. For me, probably life after rugby, I'll try and go into kicking in the NFL.
Oh, you're going to be a kicker?
Why not? Yeah, give it a try.
In terms of your career so far, obviously played for the Lions, won a premiership, but is there a particular career dream you're yet to fulfil?
I want to win a World Cup with England. I've been very lucky and blessed to have played for England a few times, made some special memories in an England shirt. Again, very lucky to be picked in the last World Cup in 2023, and devastated obviously in that semi-final. We were lost by 1 point, but that's obviously still an ambition of mine to, fingers crossed, make the next World Cup squad and go and win it. Obviously, 22 years ago was the last time England won the World Cup, and I know how desperate the group is to achieve that, not for ourselves only, but for the people that turn out week in, week out. And yeah, that would be pretty special.
Got a few quickfire questions for you. Who is the greatest rugby player of all time?
Johnny Wilkinson.
Who is England's greatest ever sports person?
Daley Thompson.
Bit before your time.
Legend.
Which footballer do you reckon would be best at taking goal kicks in rugby?
I reckon it'll be Jordan Pickford. He's got an absolute rocket of a boot.
Who's the best player you've played against?
Best player I've played against is Antoine Dupont.
What stadium has the best atmosphere you've played in?
Suncorp Stadium in Australia.
Which rugby player could you FaceTime right now and you're confident they'd answer?
Ollie Lawrence.
Can you give it a go?
Do you want to give it a go?
Yeah, let's give it a go. Bit of pressure.
Better answer, bro.
Oh, it's getting tough, this.
Hurry up, man.
Yeah.
He's not going to answer. Didn't answer.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
It's my roommate as well. It's my roommate. What a snake.
Tough. But yeah, I think that's everything.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much.
No, really enjoyable. Really enjoyable.
Thanks, everyone. Enjoy that.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Cheers. Thank you, boys.
Picture me doing wonders for my dating profile.
Get on there. Get on there.